Hi there, I'm back on live again. I know I had about 12, 13 people linking into me right now. But I had talked about a lot already, but it just went completely off the live and didn't save it. Um, this video is about commitment. As I've already said, I think commitment involves a lot of things. But how can we possibly be able to get the commitment in our spirituality right when we are not committed to the very important things in our lives, which is relationships and our connection with colleagues and friends and our partner and our children, those that look up to us? If we are having major problems with commitment, it's because we're not listening to people, or we don't have enough belief in ourselves. Perhaps that not having enough belief in ourselves might mean that we can't be that great person for those around us. Perhaps we haven't got enough of that oomph, that strength, when in fact deep down we have it. We just need to let it out. Commitment in a marriage is important because, as I've already said before this, I did this video when it went off. Commitment in a marriage is very important, not just to you and your partner, but it's important to your children to see good things that happen. I am getting people commenting right now. Lady, I don't know how to spell it, how to pronounce it. Lady Capera or Ank. I don't know how to pronounce it. I do apologise. But Venny Gallagher, hi. So what happens if we can't commit to certain things? What happens if we can't commit to people and life situations? We start to become that person in a bubble. We're not able to progress or grow or flourish and make things go to the what we plan. I pretty much know that commitment to Belinda. I'm not perfect, but I know that commitment to Belinda would mean being a helping hand to her when she needs it. I think the emotional I could improve on, but it's about growing and learning, and the more you grow and learn, the more you're able to give more emotional, because you're growing in yourself and you believe more in yourself that you can be that person. I kind of feel as if commitment is very much important, because if you can do it with friends, if you can do it with your partner, if you can be committed to your children and anyone that you can come into contact with that is pleasant to you, and is on your side and doesn't do you any harm, then I'm sure it's going to strengthen you in the long run. It's going to teach you a lot about yourself and about other people. Remembering commitment is everything in a relationship. You're absolutely right. I will get in touch with you, Peachy Faith, on what you've just said, and I will pass that on to Belinda. If you haven't got commitment, then you certainly know within your heart that the partner will bring up, hopefully, that you're not doing what you're meant to be doing. And if they are pointing it out and you're in denial and you're arrogant and you're stubborn and you're too prideful, then the problem isn't going to be resolved. You're just running away from the truth. If your partner recognizes it, then it's a learning curve. We should listen. Whether or not we should agree on that partner, that we're not being committed enough, it is absolutely essential that we just learn from our partner. And if they're not doing it and they are in denial, then we're in a sticky situation. If you're both in denial and you're not committed to each other, then you will notice after time things start to come crashing to the ground. Because if you're both not doing it, then you're not feeding the plant for it to grow. You're allowing it to die. What happens if we don't give water to a plant? It starts to die away. And it's down to both of you to take that jug of water, hold it together, and start tipping and pouring the water into the plant. Your relationship needs to flourish. It needs to grow. It needs to feed. It needs to grow and do what it needs, be whatever you want it to be. I think commitment in friendship is also important, because we need people to talk to from time to time. Certain things that we can tell our partners, we wouldn't tell our friends, but we need to hang out, socialise with friends from time to time. And if we haven't got that, then we're going to become really lonely. I'm not saying that a partner wouldn't be enough for us to take away the loneliness, because it does, but we need that social side. If we can commit to being there and flexible and sociable for our friends, then we can involve our partner in that too. It just shouldn't ever mean that if I was to go and have a sociable time with my friends, that I should shut out my partner. It's important that we allow our partner to be involved in what we're doing as well, because, you know, there shouldn't really be anything to hide. I think if you've got somebody that's insecure, that doesn't allow you to do the things that you want to do, or go out, or socialise with somebody, that means there's trust issues. Now, in order to commit to someone, both sides have got to trust each other. They've got to be able to tell each other everything that's on their mind, because marriage is all about marrying the thoughts and feelings together, being able to talk without any bad reaction. And if there is a bad reaction, then it's most definitely important to overcome any negativity, that you can talk it out and get to the peaceful conversation that we aim to have. And sometimes it doesn't happen that way. We can talk till we're blue in the face about what we truly believe to our partner, and yet they don't agree with us, and it's not getting anywhere. There's either shouting or there's arguing, and you could try again the next day and it's happened again. Perhaps your partner doesn't always agree with everything and will understand everything that you want to explain or say to them, but it's okay, because that is what living and building a relationship is all about. Committing, trying to understand each other the best you can. Commitment in this world, if we are feeling really low in ourselves and we're feeling depressed, are we less committed if we are saying we're going to give up on life and give up on people and give up on ourselves? Well, the only thing I cannot say about not giving up is that we should love ourselves more. If you don't love yourself more, then there's no commitment there, is there? You're not committed to giving love and feeling to each other. If you are less of a people person, or you're not there for people and they're there for you, then that's kind of showing selfishness. Maybe if we are having a bad time or difficult situations going on in our life, is that just a good enough excuse to not be there for anybody? I don't think it is. I think we need to show strength, and we need to show our strong side within, and really bring out what we're truly capable of and what we can do to strengthen relationships and build on things. And if we're building bridges with someone, then it's important not to make the same mistakes again. And if anybody else is building bridges with you, then it's important they don't make those same mistakes again, because we could be giving chance after chance after chance, but we're not helping that person to progress further away from negative things, or hurting or making mistakes again. I'm seeing yeah, somebody said thanks. I'm glad that people have got me live, and I know that this is a great achievement, bringing mine and Belinda's energy together, which it should have happened a long time ago. Would you call that commitment? I think so. That's part of the video today, where what's a great example? Finally recognizing that two loving people together, that love one another, that love the children, committed to continuing that love forward as it strengthens to help people. The stronger the love, the stronger the strength, the more of a success we are going to make, myself and Belinda, to move forward on the journey, holding hands, not looking back, because the past is gone and we don't need to relive it. That's why we're here. So we're the survivor, and we're a survivor from what happened yesterday. If it was difficult, we're a survivor of every moment that's just occurred. I'm here and I'm looking ahead, and I recognize that my moment here, this present moment, is special. It's unique, because we're all unique and we're all individuals. We're all different in our own way, and that the more we strengthen together, myself and Belinda, my wife, the stronger we are to overcome challenges in life. There are going to be difficult people. There are going to be people that we can't help overnight. We can't click our thumbs and just expect someone to be cured or healed overnight, but we know that we have compassion for them, and we know that commitment involves listening. If you can listen to someone, that means you're committed to giving some of your time to them. You're committed to listening to their problems and their way of thinking, because sometimes Whether someone is troubled or they've made some bad decisions, sometimes there's a little bit of their brain that can teach us something about ourselves. We attract people that are a little bit like us. If somebody is negative, maybe because there is a little bit negative within us that we are projecting of late, and it's a reminder for us to stop the negativity and to help that particular person in their time of need, to help them to stop being negative. And we project our love and our commitment in this life so that we can do the best we can. Hey Tamika Brown, hey, it's good to hear from you as well. That's all I have to say, really. Commitment does involve a lot of things, but it involves strength and it involves determination. It also involves enthusiasm, stamina, the willpower, and we can marry all those together in one circle, and in the middle of that is positive projection, and that positive projection will involve law of attraction and the universe and the cosmos and dimensions, and we're attracting positive spirit energy, we're attracting positive ancestors, because there are going to be negative ancestors and negative spirits, and those will come around because they are part of negative, and that is who they are. We can't change them. We can help them to the light, but we can't change their past circumstances. They are in that position because of many different reasons, and only they know the answers to why they're there. We can only really just assume that they're in the negative, but we can heal as much as possible. Can we heal spirit energy? Yes, we can. That's another commitment. My commitment is to healing spirit, troubled spirit, and helping them to the light. There is such thing as rescue mediumship, rescue circles, so we can draw in the spirit. Come on, it's time to come to the light, and then help them through. And you can open that energy gateway with your ancestors to bring troubled, grounded spirits through the door. And that's the same for the living. You know, they have the choice to come to me as a counsellor and a psychologist, and they sit down, they come through that door. Is it suggested that walking through that door to me is a light, a gateway? So some people it is, because they look up to people who, the more you listen, the more they're going to look up to you, the more they're going to think that you have the answer. Well, I don't have the answers to everything, but I can guide you and suggest, put the options on the table, and you can take those options from the table and think, I can choose one or two. Yes, advise on opening the third eye. And the third eye involves just absolutely just seeing so much more, learning so much more, asking questions, help me to understand this. The third eye is just a blockage in many things, just as much as if we have a blockage in the throat chakra, that would enable us to speak up in life. Now's the time to do so. Now's the time to open that connection spiritually, where the spirits can use our voice box as a channel to speak to those around us through mediumship channeling. But that third eye is important, and I've noticed a lot of gold and a lot of brown colours, shiny colours, and I have like a tiger's eye. It's kind of, for me, it's not a tiger on his forehead. I see that with a lot of light coming out. That's what I imagined for a very long time. If you probably can see around me my beautiful garden, I'm working on it. That's also a commitment to me, as I also call myself a green witch. My commitment to making sure plants grow, and I don't like things dying, you see, so we commit to watering them. We commit to bringing beauty around, and I also believe in the commitment to protecting the home. As Belinda protects the home on the outside as a salt protection around the home in a circle, and within the home, I'm actually planting in all four corners cactus, aloe plants, rose bushes, rosemary, basil, oregano, and many other different herbs, mint, chive. And that's all part of the protection. The more plants you put in all four corners, I want everyone to do the same. It involves protection of the home outside, as Belinda, as I've already proudly put it about Belinda protecting it in a witchy spiritual way. I protect with the garden way. But I know that whatever we choose to do, if we are feeling low and we're feeling sad and we're feeling down, we can look to nature, we can look to the environment, we can take a breath in the cool air and just sit and reflect and get away from the busyness and the stressful moment and just take a breath and then close your eyes and try and clear the mind. It's hard. And imagine in that third eye opening, we can go back to whatever stressful situation more stronger and deal with it. Belinda's here, so
I'm just coming here to say that dinner is done.
Dinner is done, but it has been an eventful, very good conversation. I did go off once live and had an error, but I'm back on.
Okay.
Commitment. You really do need commitment most of all in a relationship. Someone said that,
yeah, definitely.
And I've said in that is all part of the spiritual. What does being spiritual mean? Does it mean connecting with people and life and being willing to draw back from the pride and the arrogance and the stubbornness and just be? I think that's what it's about.
It's about, I guess, not feeding someone's ego, but like being there for the person no matter what their belief system is, or not even belief system, but how they feel, nurturing them, but also having the same thing back to you. That's what makes a strong relationship. As much as you want for you, you need to be able to know that you got to give that back in return. So if you want faithfulness, you got to be able to give it. You want someone to support you spiritually and every which way, you need to do the same thing back. Me, myself, I'm a very nurturing person. When it comes to
yeah, carry on.
When it comes to my family and my husband, I'm someone that is very mothering and very nurturing. My friends feel it. I'm just someone that likes to give and likes to nurture. If you
have winter in the season right now and you can't plant your garden, there's always the option to bring in indoor plants and buy them, and that is also again protecting the inner part of the home. And if there is winter plants that can survive, you've got to put them out, because it's kind of blocking negative and bad energy coming nearby, although they can still get in through our dreams and in our side, come in through our side part of the body. I know that, we can double that protection by doing these salt protections.
Oh, definitely.
By doing
there's different things,
incense and candle work.
I mean, that's an ongoing thing. It's just like I tell people, when people stop doing their protection and they get attacked, it's just like when one brushes your teeth, you brush it every day to protect your teeth. Same thing with protection. Same thing with doing the boundaries around your home, even if it's an apartment, even if it's just you in a bedroom. Let's say you're the believer and then you're living with amongst these people that are just draining you. Same thing with your bedroom.
Can't you see that everything we're talking about is linked to being committed to something? Like Belinda taught me and the kids in the car yesterday, everything we see is a thought from someone. It's their commitment to making, say, the stop sign and the lights and the structure of the road was someone's commitment, and they were determined to bring that idea forward, and they wanted it to work, and it did.
Yeah, it was what I was saying to the kids. Everything in our minds, every thought we have in our heads, if we look around, everything was in someone's head one time. A car, the inventor of the car, the inventor of the light, the inventor of a fork. Everything was in someone's thought at one point, and they brought it forth. Same thing with what we have in our life situation going on, to bring forth, like this is the kind of class I'm going to be having. It's not really, it's kind of like the law of attraction, but not really. It's a lot more than that. It's more of a life-changing, the way you think and the pattern that you take in order to create what you want to bring into your life.
I've got a question for Belinda, actually, and I'm going to throw that question to you guys because it involves difference in opinion, but you might interpret it differently, but it comes back to the same answer. What prevents someone from being committed inside? For lots of multiple things in life.
There's a lot of things. One of the biggest things of someone being afraid to commit is fear of perhaps a situation, fear of what, or a bad
something going wrong, maybe.
Fear of or maybe a bad experience that they've done it before, it's going to happen again. So there's a mixture of things that can actually cause someone to be fearful of committing, whether it's to a job or in a relationship.
Yeah, fear.
So, yeah.
You're absolutely right. Fear within the self, fear from other people hurting you in the past, thinking that it's going to happen again by other people that you've met. And you can't live in that fear because, you're not going to move forward.
And fear is also a big word when it comes to someone evolving in anything. Fear of moving forward in spirituality because you have been taught a certain way for so long. What's going to happen with all I'm like 60 years old and I've been doing this for 40 years. That means I was living a lie. Well, no, we evolve differently and it may work for some and not for others. Again, fear in moving to a new job. Maybe you're fearing how it's going to be in the new job. So fear prevents us from doing a lot of things. If we can get past the fear and just let it be, and if we fail, we fail, but we did it. We did not hold back for whatever reasons. You're not going to be 100 years old or 80 years old and your deathbed and wondering, like, what if? You know, what if? Don't live your life as a what if.
Yeah, exactly. And somebody said about their protection. Peachy Faith said Florida water, and you don't just need to use Florida water. I'd mix herbs and many different concoctions of your own and follow Belinda's protection water, because that concentrate really helps you as you put it on the neck.
Okay, guys,
the chest.
I know we keep saying we're going to be uploading, but there's going to be this really awesome water we're going to upload. It's called Black Magic Protection Spray. That's my own blend. That is a mixture of different waters and herbs and stones in there that you put on. I put it on every day, and I put it on my children every day, and I spray around the house, and it's literally black, and it's a gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful water that you guys can either dilute and use it around the home. I use it straight off the bottle and just spray myself. Of course, I make it, so...
And the chicken feet also as a protection
feet.
on the wall.
Yeah, we have
several different ones.
Our hoodoo fixed feet are going to be going up as well.
Which people are asking hasn't gone up yet, but we will.
They were.
Multiple.
They just haven't been uploaded. We do have them available. Those are for protection again.
And the compelling powder would suggest you don't just need to compel for love. You could compel good spirits.
The compelling powder, I made that to compel. You can compel your boss, your in-laws. You can compel, I don't know, let's say you're trying to get a home and you're trying, that stuff is great, not just for love.
Can you compel spirit with it? Bring it forth?
Well, for spirit, I would suggest you do more of an ancestor type of thing. If you're going to be working with different spirits, I want you to do your homework and I want you to be experienced, because you're inviting all sorts. I work with all spirits and I work with my ancestors. That's like my main focus when it comes to my home front. But when I work for other people, I do work with their ancestors and I do work with spirit guides that are around. You need to be aware. You need to protect yourself and know what you're inviting into your life and into your home. You cannot just say, oh, I call on spirits to be with me. You cannot do that, because, you know, pedophiles die and they're out there. And lower level energy, we have beautiful, wonderful people that have died and they're still out there. So you have the combination of both things. You also have lower level energies, which I don't really, I'm not, you know, I use the word demon so that people can kind of get an idea of what I'm saying, but I use it loosely because demon to me it's a very strong word. Hecate in the Christian, and that's my deity in the Christian belief system, is a demon, and to me they're ancient gods out there. But then again, so I rather refer to them as lower level energies. There's some that you don't want to mess with, and that kind of reminds me of a thing that I always say. How many are you comfortable with your own demon? And I think that's a good topic to maybe do in a video.
I think so.
Some demons we keep, some demons we don't. We need to keep our inner demons for sure.
So we can safely say, as we go and eat, because it's getting darker as well, that if you haven't got commitment in all the things that are going on around you, that you have you're focusing on, whether it be people or a situation or a project or you, then you haven't got anything, have you? Well, if you can't commit, keep the effort going.
How can you expect the universe to commit to you?
You neglect, it's going to, it's like neglect the plant, not water it, it's going to die, isn't it?
Like your own self too.
You neglect a marriage, you're going to end up losing it. You neglect your children neglect, and if you don't love yourself, is that considered neglect? Because some people think not loving yourself enough or loving yourself at all is too selfish, because we wish to love others more, and you can't do that. You've got to give 50% love to those out there around you and 50% back to yourself, because and balance it.
Yes, definitely. I'm gonna go, guys.
And myself.
It's gonna burn.
Yeah, I've got to go. And
I'm going to be seeing you guys later on. We're going to step out for about 2 hours.
And that's part of the commitment. Myself and Belinda, stronger energy. Hers is strong already. I think without her, I wouldn't be strong within myself. But we lack, and the only way we can improve on the lacking side of our own self within is to focus on that together and work towards healing others together in
Yes.
that journey.
Yes, and healing yourself. Many blessings, guys, and we'll see you guys later.
Many
tonight.
thanks, and thank you for connecting to this video.